tonight I'm going to talk to you about how to get what you want and why you don't. We spent a good deal of time on talking about how to get what you want. And we talked a lot about why you don't get what you want. And the first thing we said, the biggest thing, was that we don't get what we want because we don't know what we want. We don't know. We're trying to feel it out. We're trying to figure out whether it's okay. Is this acceptable? Can I really manage this? Is this the right thing for me? And so we tend to ask questions and pose doubt to ourselves, so much so that we don't know what we want. And there's that thing about people have told us all of our lives what we ought to do, be, have, desire, all of that. It gets in the way, and you find yourself at a place where you don't really even know what you want. If you've read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he's real clear about that. He calls it your definite major purpose or your chief aim in life. And if you don't have a definite purpose, and it's not just one, I mean, we're going to have, like, in life right now, if we put in the chat, you could say about 4 or 5 goals that you have right now. But what is the definite major chief thing that if God showed up right now and said, you could have it, what would that be? And don't say $1 million, because that ain't it. Sometimes we don't even know what $1 million looks like. I was teasing somebody one time because they said, millions means nothing anymore. Now we're all into billions. And I thought, how many people really know how many zeros are in billions? They want billions. So if you don't know how many zeros is in it, somebody can steal it from you and you don't even know how much is gone. So when we talk about what we really want, we have to know what that is through and through, like be really familiar with it. So the text, the biblical text that I want to bring to your attention in Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, it was, ask and it shall be given unto you, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened. And I really like the 8th verse, which is really like a repeat, except it says, and everybody that asks receives, and everybody that seeks finds, and everybody that knocks, it's open unto you. Now that is a fact. That's just what it is. That's an actual like promise. It's a law. It's how it works in the universe. If you ask, you're going to get an answer. If you're seeking something, you're going to find it. If you knock, the door is going to be open, period. Sometimes we ask, but we're not asking the right question. We are asking with doubt, confusion, not sure, half-hearted asking, seeking. Sometimes you get tired of looking, you get tired and you just say, look, I'm not even going to deal with this anymore. And knocking takes energy. You're not sure whether you should do that or not. All of that comes into play. And so why we don't get what we want is, one, we don't know what we want. But here's the thing we want to talk about tonight. We have 2 minds. 2 minds. We have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. 2 minds, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. This is the reason why we don't get what we want most of the time. So let's talk about your conscious mind first. That's the one that relates to the world. That's the one that runs on your 5 senses, your sight, your hearing, your taste, your touch, and smell. So we interpret the world, we interpret our experiences through those 5 senses. The conscious mind is how we relate to the world, how we interpret what we experience. The problem there is experiences are subject to a myriad of interpretations. It depends on who you are. With our conscious mind, we know what we want. We'll say, well, I like this, I like that. But it doesn't happen. Something doesn't happen. You wanted to get a certain level of employment, a certain status on your job. You wanted to maybe move across the country or even out of the country. You had goals, weight loss. We'll get to that one because that explains it all real clearly. Most of us at some point in our lives, well, you kind of struggle with weight and worked with that. And so here, this will work for you to understand it. So just hold that right there and let's flip over to our subconscious mind. We don't think about our subconscious mind because you think about subconscious, that's the under, that's the beneath, it's hidden. So our subconscious mind has been with us since we took our first breath. And everything that we experience in our lives are sort of like data written on the subconscious mind. We don't think about that. Don Miguel Ruiz talks about it in his book, The Four Agreements. He talks about that, and he talks about how we have been domesticated, or we could use indoctrinated or the word acculturated. So all of that happens mostly in the first 4 years of our lives. So that which has been taken in through our five senses and what mommy and daddy, uncles and aunts and teachers and friends and brothers and sisters and all that tell us, it is imprinted on our subconscious. It just flows. We're not aware of it. We don't think about it. So for instance, let's say you like ribs and you like potato salad, dessert, whatever it is you might like. In our household, you had to eat everything that was on your plate, but you're gaining weight. So your subconscious tells you, you got to eat everything on the plate. Your subconscious says, keep eating, keep eating, keep eating. Your conscious mind looks around and sees that, well, I don't want to be overweight anymore. I want to be thinner. I want to look this way. Your conscious mind is relating to what it sees and what it sees as a desirable physique. So you put into action your willpower because the willpower belongs with the conscious mind. And you say, I'm not going to eat this anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to do it. And it works for a little while. But guess what? It's working against what's already written in your subconscious mind. And that's why we don't get what we want, because our subconscious mind says, you like this. You sort of have a set point weight your subconscious mind has made you comfortable with. And so no matter what you tell yourself in terms of what you want to do, your subconscious mind is saying, okay, like we could be successful, we may be successful enough to lose 25 pounds and then we gain it back. So that's the yo-yo thing that most of us have had experience with. The reason that we don't get what we want is because we have to reprogram the subconscious mind. The subconscious is there to keep us in one place, safe and comfortable. The minute that you try to do something new and something different, all of a sudden, you're feeling that tug of war, that uncomfortableness. The scripture gives us remedies for that. It said, ask and you shall receive. Asking is that I want a change in my life. What do I need to do to make that happen? To lose weight, it's not just going to the gym and changing our diet. We can do that with no problem. What I need to do is to change the programming in my subconscious mind. Anytime we are desiring something higher in our lives, and we always are, I know, or you wouldn't be here. Anytime we're trying to make ourselves better, achieve something greater, attain a higher level of consciousness, if you will, We have to deal with change in our subconscious mind, rewriting the program that had been set from when we were little. The scripture says, seek and ye shall find. What is it in our subconscious mind that is keeping us from being everything that we want to be? It's not your friend, it's not your husband, it's not your wife, it's not your girlfriend, it's not the person on your job, it's not somebody of another race that's keeping us. It is not that. As a man thinketh, as a woman thinketh, so they are. That's in scripture. There's a little book written by James Allen, a very powerful book, As a Person Thinketh. Emmett Fox wrote a book called The Mental Equivalent. Pick it up. It's like really a very small book, but it's a very powerful book. The Mental Equivalent. If there's something that we want, we're asking for it, we're seeking it, we're knocking, we're doing everything we can, we have to get the mental equivalent of that which we are seeking. We have to deal with our own minds, our own subconscious, our own person. You know, I said in the beginning, we have two minds. We have to take control of that. We have to be in control of what we're thinking and what we're doing and be very intentional about that. The mental equivalent is this, a major relationship, and you've already decided, you know, what this person is going to be like. I'm not talking about what they're going to look like, but the kind of person they are. Remember this, we don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. I'm going to say it again. We don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. Birds of a feather flock together. If you got a jerk in your life, it's because somewhere in your life, you're being a jerk and you are attracting jerk people. So leave them alone, you know, like stop talking about them and stop, you know, just stop it and deal with the self, the person that you are. And I own that as well, the person that I am. You must become the mental equivalent of the person that we want to attract. Nobody's out here trying to attract a zero. It's just not happening. Nobody out here wants to attract a bum. We all want to attract a better lifestyle, more productive friends, people that can help raise us to the next level and we can help them, people that are just progressive. We have to be that. We can't sit and wait for that to come to us because it's not coming. We attract what we are. I'm going to ask you to open your mics now. I want to hear what you have to say. If you have, I invite you to do that. You can ask a question, make a comment. You are welcome at this time. So if there's someone that has a comment.
Oh, okay. I'm able to mute my mic, so that's good.
Yes.
Well, I just want to say blessings on all of us, blessings on Carol. The energy you give and the peace will be given back manyfold, and to everybody here. I appreciate you guys, you know, the human family. I'm starting to appreciate it more and more. So thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Is there another person who would like to talk to me?
Yes. Hey, Carol. I'd just like to say this is my first time caller, I guess, first time participant. And I just want to say thanks for this. And yes, that's it. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Thank you for coming. Share this with a friend. I love you to pieces. I'll see you in the spirit next time.